Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How have you been doing? It's been a long time. With that, I have a question for you. What does depression look like? Can you tell if someone close to you are depressed? Well, stick around and we're going to crack this egg open and see. It ain't no yolk. You get it? Yolk. Okay. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. So, the holidays are upon us, and this is the time of the year that we give thanks for all the good that's happened in our life. We give thanks for close friends, family, and loved ones, anyone in our inner circle. But sometimes those people in your inner circle are the ones that you don't really see. Sometimes those people are the very people that are crying out for help. Sometimes those people are the same people that you look at and say, oh, they're okay. They're smart. They're happy. They're laughing. They're joking. And tomorrow, you're going to their funeral. Now, I'm not saying every person that's smiling, laughing, and joking is depressed. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we don't know what depression is. We don't know what it looks like. You know, we're gonna gather with our respective families, and we're going to enjoy Thanksgiving. And there are going to be people there laughing, joking, smiling, but there's someone at that table, someone at that gathering that are only laughing, joking, and smiling on the surface, because underneath they're dealing with some stuff. And sometimes it is too much for them to bear. But you would never know. Now, I know some of you out there are saying, nah, that ain't me. I know my friends. I know my family. I know my people. I know if one of them was depressed. Would you? Really? Would you? I have family that I've known for 61 years. I'm 61 years old. And I couldn't tell you one way or other if one of them was depressed. I have friends that I've had for the better part of 50 years. And I couldn't tell you one way or another if any of them were depressed. Because depression takes many forms. It has many faces. If you look in the background picture I've got, laughing, smiling faces, and you would never think if any of them were depressed. So, I'll tell you this story. Some years ago, a friend of mine called me, and he was going through a rough patch in his life. And I could tell from the sound of his voice, pain and the anguish that he was going through with his particular situation. So I told him, I says, hold on. I will be there in a couple of days. So just to give you a little bit of backstory, less than 2 weeks earlier, I'd had a heart attack. And probably shouldn't have been on the road, but I drove 8 hours, 8 hours, to be there for my friend, to just sit and listen, just be there. But that was my decision. But it was also what he needed, was for me to just be. Sometimes that's all you need, is to just. Sometimes someone just needs some company. You never know. Be like, I knew that that's what I had to do, and it was an obvious situation where I had to take action. It's not that simple most of the time. It's not that obvious. But I will tell you, the next time you go for a drive, look in the cemetery. There's a whole bunch of markers in there where people didn't get there. People didn't notice in time. People didn't see in time. And there are some instances where, and I hate to say this, it wouldn't have made a difference if you got there in time. But we like to try to make a difference. And that's all you can do in life, is try. So the better question is, what does depression look like? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You look at your spouse. Look at your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family members, your significant other, friends, relatives, whatever. That's what depression looks like. So it can look like all of that and none of that. But, and you can't go around talking to your family members, friends, or whatever. Are you okay? Are you okay? You'll never get anywhere. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist. And hell, I don't even give good advice, because I got a hell of a lot of scars that says I shouldn't have took my own advice. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. If you feel someone needs your company, if you feel that someone needs company, try and be there. If you feel like you know someone well enough, sure, you can open the door to that subject if you feel confident enough to do so. But mind you, sometimes when you approach that door, it'll just get pulled closed tighter. So be careful. But the main thing I'm trying to tell you is, in this season of caring and giving, where we celebrate life, family, and relationships, pay attention to those who mean the most to you. Pay attention to those who don't mean as much to you. But more or less, pay attention to the people around you, and you won't miss those signs. Again, I can't tell you what it looks like. If it knocked on my door today and said, hey, here I am on depression, can I come in? I say, I have no idea who you are, go away. But the truth of the matter is that you never know. You don't know who, you don't know what, you don't know where. But if you take time, if you spend time, maybe you can save some of this time. And their clock won't back. Now, this is kind of depressing, talking about depression, but it may get you thinking. Honestly, that's all I need to do is get you thinking. So I can tell you right now, I'm not depressed. Actually, I'm the opposite of depressed, whatever that is. Maybe I'm repressed. Maybe I'm oppressed. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, hey, next time we'll have some more lighthearted to talk about. But I felt like we need to crack that in. And guess what? It ain't no yoke. I'll see you next time.